Hey guys, Q here for chapter 14 of Uncharted Drake's Fortune brutal walkthrough. We're going through chapter 14. We're going to be using the ghost tear method here, as well as the blind cover method, the cornering method, and the weapon exploit. If you don't know what those are, check out my hints, tips, and tricks video. So right here, we're going to trigger the first set of enemies, and what you're going to do, you're just going to run back down here and hang right here. There's only one enemy that actually runs into your path right there. And I'm lined up for him, who doesn't run down the stairs. All the other enemies run down the stairs at you. He moves across and tries to get you from above that waterfall. So right now the enemies are kind of glitched. I kind of like ran down here too quick, and I'm like, where are they? But again, the first enemy you're going to take out is the Magnum guy. He stands above that waterfall to your left, and then the rest of them are going to come down the stairs at you. So just plan your reload accordingly, and you shouldn't have any trouble with these enemies. I'm waiting for it, and I'm like, where are they? So I'm trying to use my angles here. He's just firing at the ground. Like, what the heck? So now he's coming. Okay, cool. There we go. So now we were able to reset it. So you got that Magnum guy, and then stairs, reload, and then more stairs. And I feel like there's one more stairs guy. Maybe not. They're not that difficult, as long as just keep your finger itchy on that. Keep your trigger finger itchy. Right now, I don't hear anyone. I could have sworn there was a fifth guy, but there wasn't. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll throw some grenades. Maybe there's a guy stuck there. I'll throw a grenade and get him unstuck. Sorry, I have a habit of setting this mic away from me. I'm like, nope. Okay, so we're gonna be moving up into the church in just a second here, and we're gonna be using a lot of blind fire and grenades with a little bit of ghost hair. Alright, so just stick around. We're going to be entering the church here. Making sure there's no one there. There we go. As soon as you come up here, go ahead and go hide behind the pillar right in front of us, and they won't even see us. So you got to. I like taking out this left guy first because he poses the most danger. Wait for him to, he stood behind the pillar. I'm like, did he disappear? But notice I'm going to grenade him, and then I'm just going to spend my time kind of waiting for them to come to me. We have unlimited ammo, so I'm just gonna blind fire him. So I'm like, where did he go? Okay, there he is. Cool. Aim that grenade. Boom, motherfucker. All right. For these snipers, much better to do with the M4 as opposed to the M79 because they're on ground level. The M79 is much better when they're up against a wall type of thing. But notice I'm just blind firing. There is going to be that guy on the left. You could try with a grenade, but keep that blind fire ready. But they're going to come to you. Boom. They're all going to come to you, so it's a great spot to just hang out in. Not the pillar, but this pew. There we go. And I used my ghost hair to take him out, and I believe there's going to be one on the left that I end up using the cornering method for. I'm right now I'm just using the angle to look. I'm like, where is he? There he is. Okay. And I'm looking around, making sure there's no other enemies, that it's just that one guy with the desert eagle. And I'm like, oh look, there is a guy left. Glad I waited. Now we still have that desert eagle guy. And I know there's going to be more on the right as well, but I think we actually have to trigger them. And I'm like, come on, poke out. At this point, having the M79 would be good because I could just shoot in that area and hopefully get him out of his wherever he's hiding. There he is. So I'm using my cornering method for him. There we go. Now, there's going to be 2 or 3 enemies coming from the right. Oh, no. From either direction. So I'm going to keep my finger ready for blind firing when I trigger them. Or that might be later. This is so hard because we go through this exact same area twice. So remembering which is which can be a little difficult. So I'm like, enemies? No? Yes? No? Grenade, that's nice. Okay. I have unlimited grenades, but more is never bad. And then, come on. I'm keeping my blind fire ready for if they come around the corner and come at us. So I decided to move along to the left side here. It seemed a little less exposed. There, okay, so there's the right enemy. I end up on grenading him. There's 1 or 2 of them. You want to stay near the center of the pew, however, because if they come down the right aisle, you want to be able to blind fire them while without being too far from them. So that way it keeps a small distance. You're still on the left side. See, those guys came down the left side, and we got the guys on the right. So just keep your blind fire prepared, and as soon as they start running at you, go for it. I'm making sure I don't hear anything else here. And we're going to activate the bells. And there's actually 2 or 3 enemies. 3 enemies left in this chapter. I feel like I keep hearing something. So I'm like, okay, let me try grenading over here. See if there's anyone hanging out over there. Doesn't seem like it. So I'm like, okay, so left side is clear. I'm going to keep an eye on the right side, making sure that I didn't, think I killed someone and then discover that I haven't by dying. And so I cleared the left side, and so now threw a grenade on the left side. Nothing came out.
Hey,
cleared the right side, and then cleared the left side. So I'm like, cool. So we're just going to, I think I'm going to pull out the micro for whatever reason. But you can just shoot below, nope. M4, ding, ding, good to go. And there's 3 more enemies down here, which I think there was a small section I even sped up. And then realized, oh, I don't need to speed this up. Alright, I stopped the recording like 10 seconds before the chapter ended. Because I couldn't remember exactly where the chapter ended, I just knew it. I knew what was next, I just couldn't remember where the chapter end was. So as soon as you come in here, swing left and use your cornering method for these 2 guys. As you can see, that first one is going to come at you, so be prepared for him. If you wanted to, you could have blind fired him, but the problem is it's kind of a wide doorway. So, and there's 2 enemies, so better to use your cornering method there. That way you don't expose yourself to the second enemy when this first one is coming up the stairs. And we're basically going to do the same thing in the next room as well. We're going to go into the next room and do the same thing. There's 2 enemies in the room after that as well, which is the 3rd room. And I'm keeping an eye on it because I thought someone was going to come up. But I'm like, no. Okay. No. All right. I thought he was going to come up from the next room, but it seems they're not, they're not triggered until you go into this second room. Yeah, because I know he's there. I know it. But I couldn't throw it far enough. So I moved in the next area. I don't think I meant to be behind this this tomb thing. I meant to be here and switch shoulders and use your cornering method. There's two enemies. They're going to both be on the right side. So don't be fooled when you don't see them. They pop out just like that. There's going to be another enemy. He's going to be on the right side as well. But I'm keeping an eye on it just in case he moved to the left. Oh, he did, yeah. He moved to the left without me realizing. So just go ahead and do that. Use your cornering. Let's see, 1, 2, and I was making sure there wasn't a third guy. Because it's like I could have sworn there were either 3 guys or 2 on the right. Or just 2 on the right, and he moved to the left without me realizing. There he is. So there's 3 guys. At least that's what my thought was going. I'm like, crap, was there 3 or 2? Because there's several rooms like this as well. But we got all 3 guys. And we're basically done with the chapter. I think, there's a little bit of platforming and that kind of stuff, but I hope this was useful for you. I know the church can be a bane of a lot of people's existence, particularly the second part of the church, the second time in chapter 20, and you don't have to worry about that. Chapter 20 is a lot easier than you give it credit for if you're patient. So stick around for that. I can make that a lot easier for you. If you're patient and you utilize the checkpoint. At one point, I die, and I was gonna die anyway. And where it was right after a checkpoint. You die, you load up, you spawn right after a checkpoint in a much more tactically advantageous spot. So stick around, and I'll see you in chapter 15.